Hello, happy Sunday. I'm going to start with spraying some sage. Well, it's actually Palo Santo spray. It feels like one of those days already. Love the smell of that. Except for it makes me want to sneeze. Anyways, one of the things you might want to be thinking of now that spring is here is cleaning out your house. And not only cleaning out drawers and washing walls and all of that to get energy out, but what about using your sage, your sprays, and really going through your house to cleanse it in a really big way. It's a good way to really now start opening the windows and cleaning everything out. It's time for a new beginning. With each turn of the wheel, I feel like it definitely is a time for new beginnings. And as I've been checking in with Spirit, it really feels like we're saying goodbye to the end of all this stuff we've been worrying about in terms of the viruses and, just being in a place where can we get outside? Can we start to heal? And when I say heal, I mean from everything, not just from the physical aspects of what's happened over the last few years, but what about the mental and emotional aspects that I think are going to have, they've really played its toll on us for a long time. We see how people are so full of fear, or they've lost a loved one and it's very difficult for them to move on, or the children, feeling like their lives have been on hold and that they haven't been able to do the things that they normally would be involved in. So my hope is that as we move forward, we use this time to come together again and to really be in a place of love, because that's what it's all about, folks. There was something to be said for all you need is love. Absolutely. And, we have to get back to that. It was so awesome, to still believe in the kindness of others. I was walking and it was a beautiful day, but all mud and everything, and I tripped. And then I was kind of limping from what it did to my leg. And a man pulled up around the corner here, and I have the dog with me, and he pulled over in his truck and he said, do you need a ride? I noticed that you tripped and you're limping now. I'm glad to give you a ride, and your dog too. And I thought, wow, isn't that nice? Of course, I was 3 houses away from the house, but I thought, wow, acts of kindness. Now, he could have been a mass murderer or something, but I don't think so. I think he was just doing something nice. And it was kind of funny because he was half on the corner and his truck was half on Parker Street and half around the corner from where I lived, and he was blocking traffic, and he didn't care. He rolled his window down and he's talking to me, and I thought, you're going to get hit by a car. But he's like, are you sure it's not a problem at all? And I said, no, I'm sure, but thank you so much. I mean, just having people care about people again. It's like, oh my God. I felt like I was in some backwoods little, country place where the neighbors all know each other. I was like, wow, that was just so nice. It really took me back. I mean, of course I would do that for somebody else, but I thought, wow. And with the dog, he was willing to put the dog in the truck too. I thought that was so nice. Anyways, think of that the next time you see somebody that perhaps could use a little help in whatever way, and that you're there to really give assistance and, just show people that, we're not a commodity. We care. People still do care. There are some awesome people in the world. And I'm reminded by that all the time when I see a client, or a client leaves me a nice message or thanks me for something that I'm like, oh my God, it really does touch my heart. And there's a lot of people out there doing it for strangers. So remember that. The other thing about what Spirit has been saying lately is that as we get back to a little bit more normalcy in our life, we start to have the smiles coming back. We can see people's faces. There is going to be a whole new appreciation for everything. And it's really important. Also, getting into nature. It's going to be very important for you to get into nature and start, you know, feeling it again. Like, what's it like to walk in the woods? What's it like to sit under a tree? And although the winters are usually long, I have to say this winter flew by. At least I thought it did. And now here we are at the end of March. My God, that is pretty amazing. So just to remember that and start to get outside. There's something special that happens when we're out in the sun, or we're out there and sunbathing, and meaning just in terms of our energy, sunbathing. And so you may not be a sun person, maybe you're very light skinned like I am, but put on your whatever sun block and go out there and just close your eyes and be in the sun and let the sun just bathe into your aura and into your body. And they always say to do that, try to do that every day. I'm guilty of not, because I'm so busy with clients usually. But what would it be like every morning to just go outside for 10 minutes now that it's getting nice? Close your eyes and just let the sun, I don't know, my guides are funny today. I'm hearing songs, let the sun shine in. Just letting it bathe into your aura and do that sunbathing. And just feel like you need the vitamins and you need the energies and the frequencies from the sun. Without the sun, we're not here. We're not healthy. So allowing that in. Why do you think those of you that have been over when the sun's out and shining on my rug in the living room, Ben crawls all along it, moaning and groaning with his head up and itching his back. He'll lay in the one spot where the sun is. I think if we watch the kids and we watch the animals more, or even the plants that start growing, your house plants that start growing in the direction of where the sun's hitting them, that's saying something, right? And we need to be in that place. So remember that before we turn into summer, when we're in spring, that this is a time of planting new ideas, planting a garden, planting us, just being in that place of what's up next. So with that said, I think we'll start with the fairies. That makes me think of spring. And what is coming up this week for everyone with the fairies? And I'm going to pull 3 cards for the fairies. What do the fairies want us all to know at the end of March? Take right off the top. Okay. So the first thing is family harmony. And as I look at this card, I love it because it's all purple and there's an angel with a child on its back. And my feeling is when I look at this family harmony, whether your family is you and your cat, whether your family is you and your kids, or you and your husband and kids, whatever it is, or you and your wife and kids, whatever it is, that even if it's just your friends that you've made your family, this is the time to start checking in again. And I feel like, when our family's in harmony, we're in harmony. We're in a good place. It's all about being in a place where we remember. For me, looking at this is the weather's changing. We think of gatherings. We think of picnics. We think of different things. It's time to get back in touch after the winter. It says your relationships with family members are healing. As you hold loving thoughts and feelings about the souls involved, including yourself, you experience genuine harmony within your family. Every person in your life is affected by your beliefs and expectations. including your family members. By drawing this card, you are counseled to hold positive and loving thoughts about anyone who seems to have irritated or hurt you. The more loving energy you send to each person, the more love will be redirected back to you. Have patience. You are beginning to feel a great healing occurring in your family relationships. The fairies ask you to think of 3 reasons why you are grateful for each member of your family. If one person seems to particularly frustrate you, think of 5 reasons why this person is worthy of love. Send blessings and prayers to the person, and your relationship will show immediate signs of improvement. I love that. Affirmation: I see the goodness within each member of my family. My family life is harmonious and filled with love and joy. And another thing you can do is just actually say, what is this person trying to teach me, or this situation trying to teach me? Sometimes you don't like it. Sometimes it's a mirror and you're going, oh my God, I didn't think I was like that. Or sometimes it's showing you something else. The next card is sexuality. And to me, the sexuality is just energy, right? Everything's energy, and you're moving energy with sex or your sexuality, appreciating who you are, the energy you have, and not to see that as a negative, to see it as we're moving energy. It's just another piece of energy. All right, let's see what they have to say. Your sexual self needs some attention. By drawing this card, you are urged to be honest with yourself about your sexuality and to take appropriate steps. This is an important part of life, not just to our physical self, but also to our emotional and spiritual self. The fairy realm understands the unique joy that comes from sexual experiences. They know about the divine light that is created when you merge with a beloved partner. They understand the release that sexuality brings about. And that's for sure, right? When we're stressed out or whatever, this can give us a release. By drawing this card, you're being guided to heal any sexual issues that may have arisen from negative experiences. If you were ever sexually abused, this card may signal a call for help from your inner self. You may be directed to seek professional counseling or a support group to overcome negative sexual or body images issues. Who doesn't have body images issues? Even people have perfect bodies. It says the fairies will guide you to the appropriate resources so that you can be truly free to experience dynamic aspects of your sexuality. Affirmation: my sexual self is attractive, healthy, and able to experience great pleasure. I love the last card, moving forward fearlessly. So there you go. You got the fairy stepping on different stones as if she's going across a brook. And she's moving. And to me, it's the perfect season. It's the perfect time. It's saying, okay, we might have been resting or just dreaming about what we were going to do when the weather changed. Now here it is. You are making big breakthroughs in your life by putting your divine inspiration ideas into action. Trust that you are guided each step of the way. Those gut feelings, dreams, and strong impulses you've been getting aren't just examples of wishful thinking. They represent the germination of new projects and situations that are vehicles for your divine life mission. Don't ignore those gifts from heaven, which come on the wings of repetitive, strong thoughts and feelings. The fairies ask you to honor your inner feelings by taking at least one step today in the directions of making your dreams come true. Fearlessly take one step to dismantle any part of your life that's out of integrity. Try another step towards realizing your heart's desire. Even a tiny step that is remotely related to improving your life will make you feel that you're soaring with the fairy realm. Keep taking one step a day and soon your dreams will become a reality. Affirmation: I move forward fearlessly, trusting that each step I take is perfectly guided. How great is that? All right, the E or the Oracle of E, which is so funny. I used to use these all the time. So what do you have to tell everybody for the last week here? The F word. It's not what you think. So looking at this, it's interesting. It has all these just designs and lines and squares in the background. But let's see what this is about. F word. If you haven't been in this before, she has a great sense of humor. Nobody likes the F word, but the dude sees forgiveness through a different pair of glasses. He knows that everything is going to turn out fine in the end, and that holding on to negativity and old wounds is just postponing the inevitable. Your success is a done deal. Your bliss is going to happen. This F word is the place to start. Let it go, let it go. Forgive, forget, let it go. Follow the yellow brick road. So that was yellow brick, I guess, in the background that I was seeing. So check in to see, do you have someone or something you need to forgive? That may be the very thing that's holding you back. I always think forgiveness is such a tricky thing. Depending on where people are at, they don't want to let things go. And sometimes it's the very thing that happens that shifts you. All right, Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. What master wants to help us as a group? Saint Germain, karma releasing. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. We know Saint Germain is the creator of the violet consuming flame that burns the dross off everything. And so he's also all about sacred geometry. So as this is following the forgiveness card, that's what's calling to me, that once we can forgive and let go, we have this card that's saying that, things can move after that. We can clear our karma and be in a better place. So let's see. Okay, the message. Karma is the spiritual law of cause and effect. We experience many levels of karma. Some we inherit from our family and some from the people we keep helping out of the problems they keep creating. Saint Germain is here now to clear your energy so that you can no longer have the weight of the world or your loved one's world on your shoulder. Be aware that an old pattern is leaving your life and creating space for something more loving to enter. Visualize yourself surrounded by a fiery violet cloak to release all the karma that you no longer need. I love this because it's saying, how many times have we done something, knowing or unknowing, that we would like to be forgiven for? So it works both ways, and certainly forgiving yourself. So you've got Saint Germain here saying, give it to me, I'll transmute the karma, and you can move on. Next one from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms from Colette. I love her decks. All right. What you want to tell everybody at the end of March coming up? Ideas preserved, non-action, and entitlement. It's the Ice Queen. And she's with a snow owl, and she's resting with her head on ice there. So to me, what this is saying is that this has been about non-action. I don't feel it's saying you should be non-active now. I think it's saying we're coming out of being non-active. And, we're resting a little bit in between the shifting of the wheel again. And that we need to just be patient as we come from one. It's like when the wheel's turning and then it's stopping, or when the planets are retrograde and then they're getting ready and they're moving direct. There's that week, week and a half that's like shadow energy, it feels like that as well. So we're moving into deeper energies of spring, and we need to pay attention to that and get ready to shift gears. Okay, let's see. All right. When the Ice Queen has come to block your movement for your highest good, let your ideas be preserved until later. You can thaw them out and use them at another time that will best serve. The realm of the Ice Queen is the place of non-action. Now is a perfect time to take a look at how fat you've become and to ask yourself for a reclarification for your higher goals. Now all your plans can be accomplished at this moment. In fact, putting them on ice allows for the perfect timing. Check in, see if it is the perfect timing. Don't be too hasty in trying to reach all your goals. An even better one will present itself if you surrender and spend the winter with the Ice Queen. But again, we're coming out of winter. So I would check back in with the things that you wanted to create and see if they still hold weight for you and passion. Because it says this is a good occasion to choose one thing to focus on. Let the Ice Queen put the others in the deep freeze until a more appropriate time. She'll let you know when it's time for you to thaw. But I actually feel we're in the time to thaw. And the last one by Colette again, the Enchanted Map. Picking for the group. Ghostlands. Interesting. Looks like everything's frosted over on this one too. So let's see what that has to say. Whenever you set your sights too far ahead, you run the risk of losing footing. For rarely do the present and the future match up exactly on the enchanted map. That is your life story. The future has no substance right now. It is a place that has no grounding as of yet. You can't live there. You can take measured steps towards a goal or a dream. These steps are important now. The same goes for nostalgia. You can look into the past wistfully and remember beautiful moments or revisit lessons learned. However, you can't live there, nor can you go back and change what was. Yesterday is gone forever. Live fully in the present. The now is the most powerful place to put your attention. Its magic reaches out in every direction, further than the heart and soul can see. So it says, you and imagine a beautiful future. Learn from the past, but you must live in the here and now. So ghostlands are looking at the past or the future as a ghost land, and stay present while you're trying to create. Well, wow. Looks like we've got an interesting week. Reconnecting with family, letting our sexual wounds go, starting to move forward, looking at who do we need to forgive, letting Saint Germain come in with the violet flame, revisiting those things that we thought we wanted to create over the winter, see if we're still passionate about it, and stay in the present moment. As we start to move forward, I feel like there's going to be a lot continuing to happen on the bigger picture of everything. It's the time, right? But we need to stay present day by day. If we look too far in the future, we could either get too excited or too discouraged, and we don't know because the future is being created right now in the moment. So I'll leave you with that. Love to all of you. Have a great day.